Hello and welcome to the IPL show, your one-stop destination for all things Indian Premier League. Welcome back, Ritu. How are you feeling and how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Fiza. Some amazing matches over the weekend.
Yes.
I hope you enjoyed too.
I did. You know, what an action-packed weekend we all had. And I've mentioned this previously, like we're, like just watching movies and, just excited to see what, how things are going to end up. We saw, Hyderabad and Harry, they put up a show. RCB gave Delhi Capitals their 5th consecutive defeat, and Punjab defeated Lucknow, something that I'm very happy about. Just in general, Punjab winning, I'm happy about. What do you have to say about this entire weekend?
Yeah, quite amazing matches, some amazing performances. The matches and the tour and the Indian Premier League living up to the reputation of like the most enthralling, the most entertaining, and the most popular league in the world, the franchisee league in the world, and you have the best players from all over the world that comes to India to play for these 2 months. So you expect some fireworks from batsmen, you expect some great bowling performances from some of these top professionals, and some amazing work from the fielders. So all round performances from the teams that have won. And quite interesting and quite intriguing actually the way the league is shaping up. There is already a contest for the top 4 slots, and it's going to be even more intense. The fight will be even more intense now as we go along in the tournament.
Yes. What do you have to say about Harry's heroic? Like many people questioned his, his price tag after the auction, and to be fair, he did not deliver in his first 3 games. So what do you have to say about him and his team?
Harry Brook came with a lot of expectations. Why? Because you spoke about his price tag, that he was bought by Sunrisers Hyderabad for 1.6 million US dollars at this auction, and which was about 13 crores Indian rupees, which is a hefty amount of money for the Indian Premier League for your 2 months of service.
Yes.
So before we get to Harry Brooks, like his start to the tournament, which wasn't so great. So first, let me tell you why Harry Brook demanded, or his performances actually rather, it demanded that sort of money involved, that was involved for his sign, for his signature actually for the Indian Premier League. Because Harry Brook is 26 or 27-year-old, he's a bit of a late bloomer. He has been around in the England domestic cricket for some time, but got into the England team quite late. And would you believe it, it's not for the white ball cricket, it's for test cricket. Red ball cricket, which is the complete opposite to what IPL stands for. IPL is fast foot cricket, test cricket is like a bit of a, as the legendary Saint Warren used to say, it's a 3-course meal, like it's slow and steady, a lot of layers to it. So it is in test cricket that Harry Brook has made a name for himself, and quite an astonishing start that he has made in his career as a test cricketer. And it is in test cricket that he's delivering the kind of performances that you expect to see from a batsman in T20 cricket, because England has changed the way. After Brandon McCullum has become the coach, so their batsmen are more aggressive now. They take test cricket, it's like kind of war, going from the first ball itself, they go big. So Harry Brook has set the benchmark along with the other England batsmen in test cricket. So it is for those performances that Harry Brook was in demand when the IPL auction happened for this season. So that's why there was a big money involved when the time came to go for Harry Brook. So the Sunrisers Hyderabad got his signature, they paid the highest money for him. So obviously when you come up with that sort of a price tag, there will be expectations, because you have come up with a reputation of being a big hitter. So, but the thing is, you come to different conditions. You play in England, you have played test cricket, you are coming to an Indian Premier League, which is very intense, and plus you are playing a T20 format, which is there are chances of failure even more. So obviously the first 2-3 matches didn't go as per the script, but obviously because you are a big name player, your franchisee is going to stick with you. no matter what, even if you fail 2 times or 3 times or 4 times, unlike an emerging Indian player who may not be getting a chance again after you fail 3 times, but if you are a star, an international star, you are going to get those chances. So Harry Brook, it was not a matter of if Harry Brook was going to come to the party, it was a matter of when. So when actually we know that he did on Thursday, I believe, right? Yeah, on Thursday he scored a 55-ball century, amazing innings. It was on the back of that innings that Hyderabad made such a big score against Kolkata. And from then it was, even though Kolkata did put up a fight with the bat, but it was, you knew the result, that it was not going to be easy at all for any team to chase 228 or 229 runs batting second.
No, good for Harry Brooks, good for Hyderabad, not too good for Kolkata. Well, what can I say? But coming to Mumbai Indians, coming to, to be specific to Suryakumar, and we have mentioned his name, pretty much quite often in our lives, his drought, him not, getting runs. But now we saw that he not only got some runs, but he threw some biggies out of the park. What do you have to say about his performance? Him getting out of his drought. Just him and Mumbai Indians for sure. They're pulling strings. They're getting back into shape. They're winning back. They're getting back into the game, I feel.
Well, a guy like Suryakumar Yadav, it's not for nothing that he has become the world's #1 T20 player as per the ICC World Rankings. The world's #1 T20 batsman. I mean, to be able to hold that position, when you have players like Babar Azam from Pakistan and Mohammad Rizwan from Pakistan as well, who have been so consistent in international cricket. So to put those, especially in T20 cricket, Babar and Rizwan, amazing players both. So to put those guys behind you in the ICC World Rankings, that means you have been even more consistent. That means you have been even more impactful as a player. That means you have put up those match-winning innings even more frequently than those two guys. That's why on the basis of your performance, your consistency, you have become the #1 player. Now, as I have mentioned so many times on this show, that no matter who you are, no matter how big a player you are always bound to get through these phases, and especially it happens to batsmen. So it happened to Suryakumar Yadav as well. So coming into the IPL as well, he was struggling very bad actually. So, and that struggle he was, he had to overcome, he had to endure in the IPL as well. But as I mentioned in the previous conversation that I had with you on this live show, that you need to show patience. Okay, and in the previous match, there was no need for him to go for a big shot on the first ball. Even though it was a short ball, he got for a golden duck. He was out on the first ball. So the bowler knew that he's struggling. He will be confused. He cannot think straight. So he will do some silly mistakes. So on that hope, the bowler bowled the short ball, and Suryakumar fell for the trap. So he went for the big shot, and he was out caught in the deep fine leg area where he could have just rolled his wrists and played the ball along the ground. So these are the sort of mistakes that you make when you are having a confidence crisis, because when you are not you haven't scored as many runs as you would have liked to. So what he did yesterday, and after the match he admitted that he was much more relaxed yesterday in his approach. He was much more composed. He was willing to play 2-3 balls to get used to the pace of the pitch, to get used to the ball coming onto the bat, and I think that helped him. And the target, as you know, it wasn't so big, and Mumbai Indians, thanks to Ishan Kishan and Rohit Sharma, they got a flying start actually, chasing that 170 odd runs, and that allowed Suryakumar Yadav to take his time and feel good about his game, and then he started playing his shots and put Mumbai Indians in an absolutely commanding position. So Mumbai Indians not only good that they won the match, the good thing is that a player as dangerous as Suryakumar Yadav is now feeling confident again and is feeling good about his game, and that's going to do Mumbai Indians a world of good as they go along this tournament.
No, I agree with you. And also, guys, once more, you can head on to KhaleejTimes.com and, see the latest match score and see what's going on, and the reports that they have written. Once that I read here is Red Hot Hatmire stuns Gujarat Titans. It's a very, very nice one, Ritu. But also moving on to Delhi Capitals. I would like to have like a minute of silence just for them. But I don't think I can be quiet for that long. Anyways, I have a simple question for you. Do you think this side of Delhi Capitals is like the 2022 version of Mumbai Indians? They just do not get things right.
It's quite incredible, actually. Every season you see a team that struggles to get their first win. They struggle to get their first win of the season after several attempts. Last season, I believe it was Mumbai Indians, which was quite surprising because Mumbai Indians, as you know, have been the most successful team in this tournament. And Delhi Capitals in 2020, 2021, 2022, they have been among the most consistent teams on the basis of which they have made those playoffs. I think in 2020, they reached the final when the IPL was held in the UAE, and the first IPL after the post-COVID, in the post-COVID world. So Delhi Capitals, obviously there are a lot of changes in the team because, as we have spoken again and again about it, Rishabh Pant was forced out of the competition because the unfortunate incident that he had. And so you had a new captain, so a lot of changes, but that doesn't mean that you would get off to such a disastrous start. And if you look at the support staff, look at the coaches they have, it's quite phenomenal. The number of
the players,
and the players. Apart from the players, the support staff to help those players, tactically, with their inputs. When you have people like Ricky Ponting, when you have people like Saurav Ganguly as mentor, Ricky Ponting as the head coach, I believe Shane Watson is there, and Praveen Amre was a very experienced Indian cricketer in the past. So you have, and Praveen Amre is a well-established coach as well in Indian cricket circuit. So you have a lot of people who have enormous wealth of experience in cricket coaching. So you have a fully, you are fully covered in that area. So it's quite surprising to see that they haven't been able to find a way to come out of that phase that they were going through right now. So and in the IPL it happens quite often to a team, to one particular team, that the struggles become so big that by the third or fourth match of the season they are almost out of the top four, race for the top four position. And I think maybe Delhi is now in a place that they would be lucky if they can come out of it, and they can come out of it and they can be in a position to to fight for the top four slot, because they have to, just like they have lost too many matches, now they have to win too many matches on the trot to be in a position to challenge the other teams. And they will be hoping that Mitch Marsh will just come back. He had a short break because he was getting married in Australia. He came back. So they would be hoping, because he's a World Cup winner, an amazing T20 player, they would be hoping that he gets going to give them some sort of momentum.
Also one of your favorite teams, Rajasthan Royals. Let's talk about the table toppers. The Royals are reigning supreme. Something. Okay, I'm not going to jinx it by saying everything. Is pretty. Okay, I'm going to say it. Things just keep working out for them very well. Whether it's Butler, if not Butler, then Sanju. If not Sanju, then it's Hitmyer. Alhamdulillah. Let's not jinx it, guys. But everything seems to be working out for this team.
Well, I think last time we spoke about it, you asked me about, is this team too reliant on Josh Butler?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I won't blame a team, let alone Rajasthan Royals. Any team that Josh Butler plays for, whether it's England team or any team, or if he plays in Big Bash League in Australia, if he plays in the Pakistan Super League in Pakistan, if he plays in the Caribbean Premier League in the West Indies, or if he plays the 100 in England, I won't blame any team if they're relying a bit more on Josh Butler, because he's the kind of player that you would expect to do the unbelievable, to do the impossible. He has that sort of talent and the ability to change the course of a match. But I remember mentioning that as important as Josh Butler is in this grand scheme of things for Rajasthan Royals, don't forget the contribution Simran Hetmeyer has been
Yes.
making, because he may not be scoring those 70s and 80s, you know, because he comes about number 6 or number 7, so he hardly gets to play about 6 overs at the most.
Yeah.
But he's getting those quick 30s and 40s, you know.
Yeah.
And I clearly remember telling you, you know, like in the back end of the innings, Simran Hetmeyer gets unstoppable. It's almost like, you know, as a fielding captain, you don't know what you are going to tell the bowler, which line to bowl to him, because he seems to have shots all around the wicket. So you can't place a fill for him. You can't ask your bowler where to bowl, because he is good on the offside, he is good on the leg side, and the most important thing is that he's just like MS Dhoni.
Yeah.
He has the calmness about him. Even if your asking rate is going high, even if the scoring, if he's losing wickets at the other end, he remains calm, and it's though he's calculating in his brain that even though I'm losing wickets, I'm losing partners at the other end, but I have this many balls still left, and I know which bowlers to target, which bowler is going to come next. I know, and where I can pick his length and where I can hit him, so that I can bring the asking rate under control. And this is what he has been expertly doing. And as you have mentioned in our analysis today after the match last night, that Simran Hetmeyer will be key to Rajasthan Royals' hopes this season of winning their only second Indian Premier League title after 2008.
And I think this is what you have mentioned in your article also.
Yeah.
That you guys can check out on KhaleejTimes.com. You know, there you get his reports and all of the latest match schedule and the winnings and everything. And let's now come to today's match, that is Chennai Super Kings versus Royal Challengers Bangalore. These two teams, whenever they come together, you know, the rivalry, they bring out high voltage drama all the time. And I feel like Royal Challengers Bangalore are doing pretty decent. They're not doing the best, I feel, but they're doing pretty decent. Talking about Chennai Super Kings, I feel like I'm a huge Dhoni fan, so I'm not going to say anything. But what do you have to say about tonight's match?
Well, because you said you're a big Dhoni fan, so you're not going to say anything. Yeah, I can understand.
Are you going to say something?
Well, I can understand. I think CSK still have some formidable players, and what they suffered from is that they had some injury issues actually. So one of the players that they missed out on because of the injury is a very experienced medium pacer in the Indian Premier League, who has played for the Indian cricket team as well, Deepak Chahar. So he has been one of the key reasons for Chennai's success, and losing out on him because of the injury was one of the big blows.
Yeah.
But you know, the Chennai is still a team that has a lot of tools which can be used to, you know, to get into winning positions and win matches. So and plus they have obviously MS Dhoni. So it's a team that you can never write off. Okay, so you saw them lose their first match, the opening match of the tournament, to Gujarat Titans in the tournament opener on March 30, I think, right? That was the day the tournament kicked off. Yeah. So, but they came back and then they lost 2 matches. But don't forget that they lost to Rajasthan Royals, a very close match. They almost came close to winning that very thrilling match in the last over, but that didn't go. The last 3 balls didn't go their way. So I won't write them off. They are still very much in the reckoning for a top 4 place in the Indian Premier League. As you know, the top 4 teams out of the league phase at the end of it will go to the playoffs. So they are very much in the race. And RCB, I think I didn't have great expectations once they posted only 173 against the Delhi Capitals in their last match, even though knowing that Delhi Capitals have been struggling to score runs. But I thought that was a target that maybe Delhi would chase down, and that they would earn their first victory of the season. But RCB fought back because they have a very good bowling attack, and they also had Vijay Kumar, who was luckily for them, he was making his IPL debut, and he took 3 wickets in the first innings in his first match, and that happened to be against Delhi Capitals. So they managed to defend that 173 target. But I expect, because I believe both the teams are pretty evenly matched.
Yeah.
They have Virat Kohli to thank for the starts that they are getting.
Yeah.
So yeah, it should be a good match. Both the teams, none of the two teams are really in a perfect condition right now. So I think the team that holds its nerve in crunch moments is going to win.
Let's hope for the best. I obviously would want Chennai to win, but I also feel that Bangalore might take this win for some reason. Might be wrong and might be right in thinking Chennai might win. But let's see. That's it from us today. Thank you so much, Yadu, for your details and for your knowledge. It really means a lot to us. Please watch our next live, and you can comment who you guys think is going to win and share your thoughts with us. This is it from us. This is Fiza Nattu with Ihab Kadir and Chihab signing off.